Bengals, Bills. Let's get on to it right now with the Bengals and the Bills. We're going to start with this Sunday night action. Bills open up at -5. They're now -6. This total's gone from 42 to 44, and I don't know why it's gone up. I don't understand why it's gone up. So right now, I'm not afraid to take the Bills at -6 at home. And I know that may sound crazy. And it's not that they played that great in their first 2 road games. Congratulations, Donnie, on being on the Bills last week against the Giants. Bills have a strong defense. Bills offense, not that strong, but their defense, young and fast. This shouldn't be a high-scoring affair. We just watched Mixon look terrible, rushed 11 times for 17 yards. I know the Niners have a strong front seven, but so do these Bills. Now, Mixon was a game-time decision last week with the low ankle sprain. He looked healthy enough. It's that offensive line that's so bad for the Bills. Since he could do nothing on the ground, they won't be able to do anything on the ground against the Bills either. To me, this is Bills and the under. Donnie, right side.
You know, it's interesting watching that Cincinnati game versus, you want to see how they go week 1 to week 2. So you say, hey, is this the team that really went out to Seattle and possibly could have won that football game? And then they come back to home, Jimmy, and they were the single worst team in the NFL on Sunday, and it wasn't close. The defense was horrific. Guys were wide open. Nobody looked like they cared about tackling. Andy Dalton was average, and so was that offense. So now you take a look at the Buffalo Bills. I tweeted out a little bit earlier. I'm not like an emotion guy and betting on it, but I do love the home field advantage that some of these football teams can have. You're looking at a 2-0 Buffalo Bills team that's going to be at home for the first time this season. That place is going to be on fire. But here's the problem that I always find myself getting at to. You know what I like the Bills in situations, Jimmy, when they're getting points or they just have to win the football game, especially against a team that's in the same ballpark as them. Can I see this game where Cincinnati goes in and wins? I actually don't think so. I think the Buffalo Bills are the better football team, but now you're going from the hunter to the hunted in this situation where you have to win this game, not by a field goal. Let's not squeak it out and beat the Jets 17-16. You got to win this game comfortably by a touchdown or more to get that cover. It's early in the week. There's a lot to go over. The one thing I will say right here, though, I'm really not in the business to take a team like the Cincinnati Bengals where I just watch them not really care on defense, because if you're going to go and be soft against the Buffalo Bills, especially with a quarterback like Josh Allen, he made some incredible plays. Now, granted, the Giants' defense is a lot to be desired, but the same notion goes for me, Jimmy, that I still come back looking at with Josh Allen at quarterback. It's great short term that he's willing to run the football because you see the plays that he can make as long as he's healthy. That's a boon in their pocket. Early in the week, I'll still look for the Bills to win this game and possibly cover, but not in love with it early, Jimmy.
I understand that, and 6 points is a lot of points. Do you understand why this total's gone from 42 to 44?
I just think it's a microcosm last week of San Francisco did whatever they wanted last week, Jimmy. Whether they handed it off, ran screenplays, or just threw the ball downfield, that defense was horrific. Almost 550 yards of offense San Francisco put up. You might be able to get that because the one thing that you like about the Cincinnati offense, they might put a poor performance out there, but you got to factor in they're going to be somewhere around that 20-point range because Andy Dalton is going to be boom or bust. John Ross, a deep threat downfield. Boyd's playing well at wide receiver. Mixon looks like he's healthy. They have the semblance of an offense that can score points, but that defense looks terrible. And even the Buffalo Bills, Jimmy, they should be able to get into the mid-20s in this game.
Very interesting. 6 is a lot of points. We got some great cappers in our chat. I'm loving this. This is going to be a very fast hour. I can tell already, working with everybody here. Dom Ricci in the house. Mr. Rizzo talking about me only having one bet up until an hour before. I ended up with 3. Lost them all. Mr. Rizzo says it's like going to the strip club without money, Jimmy. That's a well put. Alex Ramirez likes the Bills. Tom Marino says Bills have beaten 2 of the 5 worst teams in the NFL. They don't deserve to be 6-point favorites. Bengals played one bad game. They did. One terrible, terrible game. It's about as bad as they look. Willie saying Cincinnati looked bad at home. Dennis Garcia said Buffalo was my 2-unit play in the contest last week. Probably on them again this week. Robert Weiner says I believe that I like the Bills in this one. Cincinnati looked bad last week. The Bills continue to look good on D. Lostman against getting better. Raphael says Bills all the way. They have a serious roster and coaching team. Michael Rempel says capped this game 2024, so he is staying off. Michael S. loved the look of Devin Singletary on Sunday, says he is a stud. Michael S. says Buffalo team total at 25.5 seems too high.